Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we are getting straight to it. We're going to open up the official playbooks from the AI creators themselves. We're talking Anthropic, Mistral, Microsoft, all the big names, to pull out the absolute best ways to craft the perfect prompt. Let's dive in.
So, you've probably been here, right? You type in exactly what you think you want, and what you get back is, well, it's fine, kinda generic, maybe a little bit off, just not quite what was in your head. It's a super common feeling. But what if the problem isn't really the AI? What if it's all about how we're talking to it?
I absolutely love this quote from Anthropic's documentation because it's the perfect way to think about this. An AI is like a brilliant employee who just started, but also has total amnesia. These models are incredibly smart, but they have zero context on you or your goals, and they forget everything the second you close the chat. So the real key isn't just asking, it's instructing.
And that leads us right to the first and honestly the most important rule of all. If you only take one thing away from this whole explainer, make it this one. Clarity is king. Being crystal clear and direct is the absolute foundation for getting anything great out of an AI.
So what do we mean by clarity? It just means you got to swap out those vague requests for super specific, detailed, and unambiguous instructions. Just remember this simple rule. Vague in, vague out. The more detail you can pack into your prompt, the better the AI's response is going to be.
Okay, check out this real-world example from the Claude docs. On the left, a vague prompt asks to just remove personal info. And the result? It totally misses the name John Smith, which is a massive deal-breaker of an error. But now, look at the right. The prompt gives clear, numbered instructions for exactly what to do. The result is perfect. It just goes to show how specificity literally prevents critical mistakes.
And here's another one. Write a marketing email. That's so vague. So what do you get? A generic email full of made-up product features and a fake discount code. It's totally useless. But when the prompt gets specific, defining the audience, the features, the tone, the call to action, the output becomes a genuinely useful marketing asset that you can actually use. Okay, so we've got the what down. Now let's talk about the how. Giving your prompt a clear structure is like handing the AI a blueprint for your request. It creates a simple hierarchy that the model can easily follow, and that is absolutely crucial for more complicated tasks.
The folks at Mistral and Anthropic are really big on this. They recommend using simple formatting to organize your instructions. The best tools in your toolbox for this are system prompts to set the overall rules, and then things like XML tags or basic markdown to break your request into clean, logical chunks.
And here's what that looks like in action. This is a great prompt from Mistral's documentation. See those markdown headings? You've got role, available languages, response format. Each section tells the model exactly what its job is and exactly how to format the answer. This gets rid of all the guesswork and guarantees you get a clean, usable JSON output every single time.
All right, here is a serious pro tip, and this one is a little weird, but it's directly from the Claude docs. If you're working with a big document, like a long report or an article, put that whole chunk of text at the very top of your prompt before you give it any instructions. It feels a bit backwards, but in their own tests, making this one simple change can boost performance by as much as 30%. Let's move on to our next technique, because this one is a massive level up for getting really consistent, high-quality results. The idea is, instead of just telling the AI what you want, you can actually show it. This is called few-shot prompting.
Now, the idea here is simple, but it is so effective. You give the AI a few examples of your input and the exact output you're looking for. The official guidance from Claude's team says that 3 to 5 examples is the sweet spot. This teaches the model the specific pattern and style you need way better than just words alone. So how do you actually build one of these? Well, it's pretty simple. First, you give it the main instructions, maybe in a system prompt. Then, you provide a few back-and-forth examples of user and assistant messages. Once you've shown it the pattern a few times, you add your real request at the end. The AI will then just follow the pattern you've already laid out. And this shows you exactly what a huge difference it makes. On the left, without any examples, the AI just gives this long, chatty paragraph. It's okay, I guess, but not something you can easily copy into a spreadsheet. But on the right, with just a single example to guide it, the output is perfect. It's concise, it's formatted, and it's ready to go. It absolutely nails it because it has a clear template to follow. So far, we've been focused on getting the right output. But what about those really tough problems? The ones that need logic, or math, or complex reasoning?
For those, you need to unlock the AI's ability to actually think its way through the problem. This is our most advanced technique. And the whole idea boils down to this. Instead of just asking for the final answer, you have to explicitly ask the AI to show you its work. This is called chain of thought prompting, and it really does fundamentally change how the model tackles a hard problem.
So why is this so powerful? Well, when you force the model to write out its reasoning step by step, it makes way fewer mistakes in logic and math. You get answers that are way more coherent. And maybe most importantly, it lets you actually see the AI's thought process. So if it makes a mistake, you can see exactly where it went wrong and fix your prompt. I mean, just look at this awesome example from the Claude docs. On the left, a normal prompt gets a pretty shallow generic recommendation. But on the right, just by adding the magic phrase, think step by step, the AI does a full-blown analysis. It calculates returns, it considers risk tolerance, it lays out its entire reasoning, and then gives a much better answer. It's a total night and day difference. Okay, we have covered a ton of ground, from the absolute basics of clarity all the way to advanced chain of thought. So let's wrap it all up into a simple, actionable toolkit you can start using literally right now. So here it is, your core toolkit. Number 1, be clear, direct, and detailed. Remember, vague in, vague out. Number 2, give the AI a blueprint. Use things like XML tags or Markdown to structure your request. 3, show, don't just tell. Use 3 to 5 solid examples to teach the AI the exact format you're after. And finally, 4, for the really hard stuff, just ask it to think step by step.
At the end of the day, the quality of what comes out of an AI is a direct reflection of what you put in. By mastering these simple but really powerful techniques straight from the people who built these things, you stop just asking questions and you start skillfully giving instructions. The most powerful feature in any AI isn't the model, it's you.